my beautiful people, my lovely people. Thank you so much for always being here. It's always exciting to know that you are here and also getting to read and also watch our videos. And you know how we do it here. We give you trendy, reliable, authentic happenings in Nigeria and beyond, and especially in the area of politics. And guess what? Deputies, governors, senior special assistants was found with illegal arms and is been arrested. That is in Edo State. You know what is happening in Edo State now? It is no news that too many things are happening in the states from both parties, both the ruling party and the opposition party. Different things have been coming up and going, and it's not been easy, and there's been different reports that we've been getting lately, and this is nothing to really laugh about because it is serious. I believe at this point that it should not be a do or die thing that everyone has to be violent when it has to do with election. Election should be the people's mandate. Instead of carrying arms and trying to threaten people to do your bidding instead of theirs. So before we dive right into the details of the news, you know how we do it right here. If you haven't subscribed, please ensure you hit the subscribe button. So guys, and also if you haven't given us a thumbs up, ensure you do that right away. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime we drop a new video. All right, let us quickly get into the details of this because more and more is coming really soon. Okay, it says that Edo 2020, that is Edo election, deputy governor, senior special assistant arrested with illegal arms. As Edo State gubernatorial election is getting closer, supporters of some candidates in the election are getting more desperate by the day. This is exemplified in the way a man known as Star Black, who is a senior special assistant to the incumbent deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, is arrested by the operatives of the Nigerian police in possession of dangerous and illegal firearms. This was revealed on Twitter handle of the APC Youth Forum Southwest, APCYF Southwest, APC Youth Omodua on Monday. The same tweet was retweeted by the APC United Kingdom on its verified Twitter handle at APC UK Kingdom, saying that Edo State Deputy Governor Senior Special Assistant, popularly known as Star Black, was nabbed today by the operatives of the Nigerian police after being cited to be in possession of dangerous firearms in Edo State. Star Black was caught in picture by a good Nigerian who witnessed his arrest while still in possession of the firearms, and some snapshots of him were taken with the firearms. Yes, and we cannot give you pictures that are, of course, you know how it is right here, that are showing firearms, but of course we have that with us as well. And according to the tweet on APCYFC Southwest Twitter handle, the senior special assistant was caught in the company of some of his boys with the firearms. The tweet reads thus: Star Black is a senior special assistant to the deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu. He was arrested by operatives of the Nigerian police force with illegal arms. So guys, it is getting messier and messier just because they want to win election. It is either today something is happening in the All Progressive Congress, or something is going wrong in the People's Democratic Party. And you know how it is now that the election is getting serious just because it's getting closer by the day. The September 19th is just here, just a month and some days interval, and the election will be here. But I believe that they shouldn't get too desperate, because this is a desperate move. Because when they begin to carry firearms, they are trying to scare or even threaten the opposition away, trying to make them feel like, okay, they have everything in their hands, which is not supposed to be. Election is not a do or die. We should understand this, and the earlier Nigerians understand this, the better for everyone, and it will bring peace to everyone. If we are not supposed to carry firearms, don't use it. Because if you're trying to say, okay, the other group are trying to oppress or trying to make us feel less of ourselves, it is not about carrying firearms that will make you feel bolder, or that will make you feel more superior than the other person. So Nigerians have to know that Anything that has to do with election has to be cool, it has to be credible, it has to be calm, it has to be peaceful. Election should be based on interest and not by force. Don't try to force yourself on the people. Allow the people to choose their leaders. Because now that the deputies, governors, special assistant is with firearms, doing what? Trying to threaten who? Do you get? Because in a situation where people have to start getting scared because election is coming, everybody is saying you begin. That is how people that are supposed to win election don't win election. Because earlier, before the election, people are already carrying firearms. You hear gunshots in different locations. You hear riots in different locations. Before the election, people are already making up their minds that, oh, on the day of election, I'm not sure if I'm going to vote because I don't want anything to happen to me. Of course, everybody wants peace and everybody wants to be alive. So who will you go out for just because you want to vote a governor in? You want to go at the expense of your life? People will begin to, draw back and not want to get involved in that kind of election. So the earlier they understand that this is what can work for the people, the better. It is not about violence. It is about peace. The more you give peace to people, just go out and let them know this is what I can do for you people. This is what I'm going to do, and we are ready to deliver it. The people, you should be able to convince them enough to believe that this is what you will do for them than trying to make them afraid that if they don't do it, or trying to coerce them into doing things they don't want to do. And if Obaseki should understand that he has to win this election, the earlier he tries to put all of these people behind him, the better for him. If his deputy is trying to put him in trouble, just like as we saw a few days ago that Iyamu's deputy in his community is not being accepted. They were being chased away when they went for a campaign. Why? Because he has made a mistake in his past. He made a mistake in that community because they accused him of serving 8 years as a chairman in that community, but he did not do anything in that community. And even after that, they said he was 4 years in the House of Assembly and did not do anything. So while he got there, they sent him away that you are a bad example to this community. We don't need somebody like you. Because if you have come here before and you couldn't do us good, this time we are not also sure if you can also do us good. So the same thing, if you are carrying firearms at this time, by the time of when the time of election comes, the people will still say, oh, we don't want any violent person to become our leader. Because the same way these same people are going to be carrying arms when they become leaders of that community or of that state. These are things that they should have to put in place quickly so that it will not be a stumbling block to their victory. And to every candidate that is running for the Edo State election, it is not about violence, it is about peace. And the earlier they understand that, the better. It is not a war, it is not a do or die thing. So my people, you know that in Nigeria, in the course of election, we've seen so many people that have lost their lives when it has to do with election. Election is not war. And when it is time for election, in Nigeria, you begin to see different groups coming out to say they are peace group, let there be peace, there shall be no violence in this election, and all sorts. I believe at this point, Nigerians should have grown past that level of violence when it comes to election. But it is not so. If you remember the last Rivers election, it was like a war. People could not come out. Everybody was running inside. It was so bad that even some polling units were like a graveyard. It was so quiet. Things should have gone past this level, and Nigeria should have grown past this level where election is a do or die, or election has to be very violent. Everyone has to be afraid. It is bad. Even in small states that are not so big, you still hear cases of heavy violence. Even in that of Lagos State, when they did the election, it was like a war. If you see some of the videos, you hear gunshots, you hear all sorts of things. You see people running into their houses. Some polling units were as quiet as a graveyard because some violent people have come into that community to cause war for the people, and the people refused to come out. So in some of those polling units, there was no vote at all, but somehow they were counted. So should I call that process disenfranchisement or what? Because so many times people go out to vote, but because of violence, they were not able to vote. That means they've been disenfranchised, which is really bad for a country like this. So if PDP wants to win this election, they should do it in peace. If APC wants to win this election, they should also do it with peace. So guys, whatever you have to say, please endeavor to drop it in the comment section. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Ensure that you turn on the notification bell. And if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Ensure you drop a thumbs up for this video. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate your time here so far. You guys have been simply awesome. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.